Hi guys! Today's vlog is brought to you from my parents' rec room. Yay! Okay, so today Rick and I took a day trip up to Waterloo to move his stuff into my apartment. He's moving it with me. Yeah. Anyway, the point is that I drove up to Waterloo this morning, and then we drove back tonight when we were finished. And it got me thinking about highway driving, which I do a lot of. I only got my G2 license in October, and then immediately I got my car, and definitely by Christmas, but before Christmas, I was driving the highways by myself. Definitely at Christmas I had to drive by myself from Waterloo to St. Catharines. If you don't know how far that is, look it up. So the trip back and forth from Waterloo to Hamilton, both from my house and to Rick's house, which are far apart in themselves, I had to take 6 highways. Basically what that means is that I experience a lot of different types of highways, and it's taught me a lot about speeding and speed limits. And I mean, the speed limit is more like a speed minimum. I don't even understand why it's maximum. I mean, if you're going slower than the speed limit, you're going to cause an accident. I mean, people are going to be pissed off, like, unless there's, a lot of traffic, like, unless you're forced to go slower. I mean, if it's pretty free and clear and you're going less than the speed limit, then you're a douchebag, basically. But then that leaves us without a speed maximum. So for myself, I never go faster than 20 kilometers over the speed limit, which I think is pretty reasonable. And I'm not saying I always go 20, but I would never go faster than 20. The only time that I go faster than 20 is when I take the 403 down to the 6th, and I go through West Hamilton. The 403 takes a lot of turns, and it gets really curvy, and they reduce the limit from 100 to 90, I'm guessing because it gets curvy during that point. But a lot of people don't care. I mean, the people that drive in the fast lane, they don't care what the speed limit is most of the time, especially on like 400 series highways. And so normally, in cases like that, I just don't drive in the left-hand lane because I don't want to deal with the people who think I'm going too slow. But the problem with that is, especially when I'm going from the link down the 403 Toronto bound to the 6, the exit for the 6 is actually on the left. So I have to drive in the left-hand lane so that I can be prepared to merge onto the 6. And I don't often take that way, so I'm not super familiar with when it is. So I'm usually driving there for like 5 or so minutes. And it's super stressful because people wanted to go like 120 and, higher. And it makes me uncomfortable because I don't like to go faster than 20 over the limit, and the limit's 90. So in that case, sometimes I do have to go faster just to keep the flow of traffic and to keep people from passing me on the right, which is dangerous, obviously. So that's the case. I would say that the only time I would allow myself to go more than 20. 120 kilometers an hour, that's fast. Like, I just find that super dangerous. Like, can you even stop if you're going that fast? Like, I was going 110 on the QE today, and I had to stop within 500 or less meters. I mean, I wasn't measuring it. And I had to come to a dead stop, and I thought, there's no way I'm going to make it. I'm going to hit this car in front of me for sure. And obviously, luckily, I didn't, but it's just, what are these people doing with their lives that are going 120 plus? Anyway, that's not the point. So there's a point on the 6 where it's normally like 80 kilometers an hour, but it reduces to 60 and 50 when it goes through towns. And of course, I slow down. The maximum I'll go in like a 60 is 75 on the 6 highway. And obviously, it's reduced for a reason. People need to get out of their driveways. They need to get out of their parking lots. So, especially because it reduces to 1 lane, and the people behind me are always pissed because I will go 60 to 75 during that stretch, and especially when it goes down to 50, then I go down to 60, 65, and everyone behind me bullies me. I don't let people bully me when I'm driving. If you want to go faster, that's your problem and not mine. I know what's reasonable, and I feel like I'm a decent highway driver, and I just don't understand people who they have absolutely no regard for the speed limit. And like I said, I understand it's not a limit, the law would disagree, but really it's not a limit, it's a minimum. It's a suggestion, it's a suggested speed. But if you're going 100 in the fast lane on the 401, you're going to get yourself in an accident. So obviously it's possible to go faster than that. But I just feel like we need a new system. We need like a range, minimum, maximum, because there's no way that everyone can just drive the limit. And they don't expect us to drive the limit because you see signs like slower traffic, keep right. Aren't we all supposed to be going 100? Like, you know, I don't understand. So it just got me thinking about it just got me thinking, like, maybe I just am not experienced enough to know which of these people that want to go faster are actually, you know, correct in wanting to go faster, and I'm in the wrong, and how many of them are just tools who just want to get everywhere as fast as possible. So if you're a driver, let me know what you think, especially if you do a lot of highway driving, because I feel like 20 over the limit is good. If you go in that range of the limit to the limit 20, that's good, right? So basically what I'm proposing is we need a speed range. That's what I think. I don't know how to end this. As you can also see, I'm still not wearing eye makeup because I am still having these crazy allergies. I can't wear any eye makeup because I just do this and it just comes off. Today on the 6th, I was going my 75 in the 60 zone, and the guy behind me was obviously really mad, as most people are. The guy behind me today got so mad that he passed me even though it was only one lane. And it was like double yellow line, and I think a really small left turning lane open beside me, and I'm like, you're gonna, buddy, all this because I slowed down to 70 and a 60 for, you know, a few kilometers where you go through a town? Like, what is your freaking problem? Shrug.